Hi everyone, I hope everyone's having an amazing, beautiful day. So the video for today, basically it's how like the more that I've been able to communicate, like honestly, I got into the point that I've been self-analyzing my life, and I've been self-analyzing like even sometimes kids that I've been associating with, and doing my meditation and doing my mental growth and mental analysis. It's like I've noticed that as human beings we go through different periods in life, and we basically go through life. We learn through experience, and we learn also, through talking to people, communication. Because if you're closed-minded and you don't talk to people, you just kind of like notice people. I'm the kind of person that I notice people, how they act and their actions. I take care of everything. Basically in my life, I'm the kind of person that I would just literally this video basically is like I was the only person stopping myself, because I would just literally my whole life I have like put myself into the mentality like I'm a victim. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm in my car today. I didn't even go to nature or nothing, but I've been like doing a lot of self-analysis in my life. And my daughter Sasha's sick, so I have to be home. Carla's coming because tomorrow we have yoga, so it's like, life doesn't stop. Every single day it's kind of beautiful and everything. So I started like analyzing my life and how I'm the only person that have been stopping myself, since birth. Consciously, without even knowing, I was abandoned by my mom by 10 months, and my dad basically he ran from El Salvador because it happened during the war. So I kind of also lived the war over there. I seen like people decapitated, people like cut into pieces. I had to step on top of them. It was just like basically hearing bombs, and that's just basically traumas and things that you put inside your head. I was a very 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 introverted person. I didn't even know how to communicate. I didn't even know how to talk. Like I was the kind of person that I didn't like to be told what to do, because I thought I'm special. I know how to do things. I don't like people to tell me what to do and shit. I didn't put myself in the position that basically that I didn't like people to tell me 2 times the same thing. So I would do the things before they happen, because I was like, no, I know how to do things. I would wonder how come other people were told like the same thing over and over, and they wouldn't learn from it. Like they would continue doing it, and they would get punished and stuff like that. And I was just like, and that was since little, since I was little. And I've never had anything against anyone, in my mind. Basically, I was going through my own little traumas, introverted inside. I never like criticized people. My mentality, I was raised very like, listen to what I say because I'm the boss. But in my head, I knew that I also have my own opinion. And I was just like, I'm going to listen to you, but I don't know if I'm going to pay attention to everything, because at the end, I always ended up doing what I wanted to do. I was like a little kind of rebel kind of person. I remember I cut my bangs when I was like maybe 10 and shit. Those are the little things that I remember when I got in trouble and shit. And oh shit, I just realized Sasha cut her bangs when she was 4 years old. My kids have been fucking independent too and shit. And I was just like into that mentality, like, oh my god, my mom doesn't love me, they should have aborted me. And I was like very traumatized and very mental inside my head, introverted. I didn't even know how to express my feelings. So basically I met my dad when I was 13. And my dad brought me here to America. I speak Spanish and English, so I'm going to do this video in Spanish too. And when I got here, I literally, the only thing that I wanted, it was just like somebody to love me, But I didn't even know how to express that with my dad. So I started like looking unconsciously. I guess people really look how you're external and how you look. And I guess I was pretty back then. I know who I am, and the only thing that I say that this physically has nothing to do with what you have inside your soul, because you could be very pretty on the outside, but sometimes we feed the wrong our ego, the one that we say, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm better than everyone. And I've learned to understand that honestly the real source to finding out who you are is basically to find out that there's unconditional love in life. You have to unconditionally love yourself. You have to unconditionally understand yourself, and you have to unconditionally accept yourself, that you don't have to continue stopping yourself. After when I was 13 and I was looking for love, I would look for attention, not necessarily. Back then, in 99, when I was like and when I was in high school, I didn't really like I don't know, it was about school. I was in my mode. Because my dad had brought me here and he was like, you're going to be different than everybody. You're going to make it. I had that mentality like, let me make it, you know, let me do shit. And I went to Pentecostal church. I liked it. It was nice, but it wasn't really my thing because they had too many rules and how you had to dress. So I always respect, you know, without God, I'm nothing. Without God, I wouldn't have been born. Without Spirit, I wouldn't even be where I am because I've been always my whole life been a crybaby. And I have like hidden my feelings all my life. I used to cry in the bathroom all the time. Then at 15, I met the father of my daughters, which he said he got to me until he was 18 because, you know, I was too young and shit and he couldn't get with me when I was 15. So I lost it to him when I was 18. And then, I used to talk to some other guys even before I got with him, but I really didn't do much with them because I never been like, I don't know, like I think because maybe the father of my kids was older than me, I got sexually attracted to him. And then in 2007, well, when I was with my ex at the beginning, I noticed the red flags. You know, he kind of hit me at the beginning when we were going out. He cheated on me within a year we were together, so I don't accept none of that. And I just started like piling up and hiding my feelings. And I love him so much. I used to like beg him and shit, and love the shit out of this guy because he was my first guy that I ever fell in love with, the first person I had sex with. And I got pregnant by him. I aborted a baby when I was 18 because I don't want to be my dad to be ashamed of me. I've been through so many things. And it was just like me basically piling up all this trauma and all this emotions, and I don't even talk about it and shit. I could talk about it now like flowing, you know, because I've been crying about it and I've been analyzing it in my life. And it was just me, my ego, that I used to say, like, I need to stay with this guy because he's the first guy and I had a baby with him. It was just my ego, like, oh my God, you know, he was the first guy. It was just the mentality that I was raised by, you know. But honestly, it was maybe lessons that I needed to learn. In 2007, we continued growing up, we continued fighting. You know, I saw a lot of stupid shit that I was like, I've been crying about it. In my previous videos, I was just like, he used to break shit. And I was just like, I finally made peace with that because I said, I was the only person, I was there by choice. I was there by choice basically because I really wanted him. I wanted him to change. In 2007, basically, I don't know what happened, but I kind of like had the opportunity to leave him. And he came back, like he left literally for 3 days. And he came back and I was desperate for love, honestly. That was the honest truth the whole time, you know. And I had a baby with him in that same year with Sasha, you know. And that little baby basically showed me a lot of things, you know. Carla too. Carla is a pure reflection of me, beautiful young girl just like me. And you know, when I was with the father of my daughters, we used to pay half and half in bills, you know. And I always try to prove basically my whole life to a guy that I was a worth it, you know, person. Because I used to like tell my ex like, oh my God, like anything he wanted, I would like try to get it, you know. When I could, we would pay half in bills. And the problem, honestly, between me and him, it was just, there was no communication. It was just sexual. So I don't want that no more, you know. I've been able to analyze myself into that point that if I can even talk to you, why would I want to be in a relationship with someone like that, you know? And then, you know, I come to realization that, you know, I was the kind of person obsessed that when I had the things that I was obsessed to get, I would back away and I was like, is this really what I wanted? And just because of all the hard work that I went through, I would stay in that relationship hurting myself. So, you know, I came to the realization that I've literally, you know, I get scared sometimes, you know, and I was the one stopping myself all the time. So I come to the realization that my whole life that the only person that literally has stopped myself has always been me. And it's like I after him, I finally was able to leave him after many years, you know. And I was 335 pounds and I got sick and a lot of things kind of like just started going over and over and over. And then ended up messing around with someone that I knew from another job. And this person was a personal trainer. This person kind of helped me lose the weight. And honestly, I was just so in love with him. I used to think he's perfect, you know. He changed my eating habits. He would spend a lot of time with me. Like, he even made me think like, oh, you could work for me, you know, and be, you know, so many things, honestly. He was a very attractive guy because a personal trainer has a nice body and shit like that. And I was just like, once I introduced him to a friend and she said, he doesn't see you the same way you see him. And I used to go to during those days, I kind of went to another church. And, like, I think everybody will see that he didn't see me the same way. Like, he will always tell me, like, I guess, in the Bible, there's a psalm or a proverb. I think it's the last proverb in the Bible that it talks about the perfect woman. And, you know, he told me, he's like, that's you. He's like, that's you. And I wanted to be his perfect woman, but he didn't see me the same way that I see him. I've always been the kind of girl that I wanted to fit in a way, but I also wanted to be independent. I kind of like stopped myself, chose the right kind of person that were not emotionally available. I even got to the point that I even told him, you know, give him an ultimatum, because he was like, I started noticing that, you know, the way now people are, they don't believe in being just with one person, I guess. You know, new kids now, like, have, I guess, the one that you show the internet, I guess, a sugar daddy and another person and another person and another person, because I guess that's like a trend. I don't believe in that, you know. And he was like that, and I didn't even know that, you know. And I honestly realized that somebody that I talked to after, because I started talking to other guys after him, you know, that this person was perfect. You know, he kind of told me, he's like, maybe the problem with you is the people that you keep on choosing. And that was a big fucking pillow to swallow and shit. Honestly, like a big one. I was just like, okay, I don't know. And this person made me think a lot. Like, with this person, I only met him in a week, and I fucking shit a lot of shit. But yeah, even the things that I really didn't do to, other than just after I got single, like send pictures, personal pictures. I only did it, like, honestly, with the person I was after, my baby daddy, him and another person, because I felt weird. I wasn't even happy with my body, honestly. I was getting to know my body, because I went from 335 pounds to 220 pounds. So it's like I was just getting to know myself, and I was the one looking for attention that I didn't even need, because I was still healing. I was still healing, and I didn't even notice that, you know. And now I'm trying to heal my life and my family. All my life, I was the one making the wrong choices. I was the only one stopping myself. I was the one making the stupid choices. So when you start noticing your patterns and things that you go through in life, and you start really analyzing everything you've been through, you know, we're really led by emotions. And once you literally, you know, start noticing that what your emotions are and what are your intentions, that's when you start backing away, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? You know, like, what am I really doing? So that's what I honestly have been doing. I was the only one stopping myself. I'm doing this YouTube channel because I had anger issues, I had abandonment issues, I had attention issues, I still have control issues, okay? But I'm still trying to tell my daughter, like, you do your thing. You know, you're free and shit. You are responsible for you. I am responsible for me. My oldest daughter is responsible for her. My ex, like 2 days ago, he tried to blame me for Carla because Carla has changed. And I also even acknowledged that I was jealous. Like, literally 2 days ago, something triggered me. And I was like, I'm not even talking to you. I'm not even with you. And I got jealous. And I was like, wow, I literally have been like speaking my mind, because before I used to just stay quiet. I used to just observe things, and I used to be pissed and not say nothing. And I'm learning to acknowledge my mistakes, to acknowledge that I was the only one literally stopping myself my whole life. If I don't speak my mind, nobody can fucking read my mind. And if I don't understand how somebody else is feeling, you know, literally, how can you tell when somebody else is feeling some kind of way if you don't even talk about it? As a human being, we need to acknowledge that we need to speak our mind. We need to ask ourselves, what is this experience is literally teaching us? Honestly. Second of all, communicate and acceptance within ourselves, first of all. And forgiveness too. We have to forgive ourselves, because we're not perfect. We learn from it though, and just don't do that shit no more. You know? And the last part, cry, fucking scream, fucking write it, fucking don't hurt yourself and shit. Don't hurt yourself. Go fucking work out, go do yoga, breathe and shit, because, you know, we have a lot of emotions. That's what I do. Every time I'm mad now, before I react, I'm like, okay, Jessica, breathe, Jessica. Even Sasha tells me, she's like, what's wrong with you right now? I'm like, Sasha, just let me fucking breathe, you know? And it's like, that's what it is when it comes to life. Learning to accept your feelings, learning to accept that you were the only person, honestly, authentically stopping yourself, and you cannot continue doing. You know, you have to acknowledge yourself. You know, I've learned to realize that I've been blessed with beautiful people, like, you know, that my dad, that have always been there for me. So the only thing you need to do, never stop yourself, because you're the only one affecting your life and shit. You're here for a reason. You're a beautiful soul, and each person is here has a fucking special blueprint in life that you need to do. But if you keep on like literally just experiencing the same things and feeling sad, how you gonna find yourself? How you gonna know how beautiful you are? Instead of complaining about the things that have been happening to you, ask yourself, what are they trying to teach me? Accept it and let it go. Fucking smoke weed and shit. Do whatever the fuck you want to do to let it go. But use weed wisely, because weed, you know, so you have to respect it too. It comes from, you know, Mother Earth. You know, and even that one I'm learning myself, because God has taken everything from me. Everything. And I'm like honestly being tested. Every single left and right, my exes, my daughters, my behavior, everything. But you know what? I'm blessed because I'm still standing, and without God I wouldn't be able to make it. So learn to acknowledge that you are the only one stopping yourself. Nobody else is. This message is going to go to the right person. See how beautiful you are, sending love, light, and wisdom. If you want to find out more about meditation and diving deep into your soul, hit me up, because that's what I did. I dive deep, 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 deep into my soul, because we're all human beings. Each one teach one another. When we know better, we do better. And you are what you think. What are you really trying to do? I took the reign back. I am the creator of my reality. Nobody else is in charge of me other than me.